Yeah.
Hey, welcome back into the Long Beach State Men's Basketball Summer Update. Part 2 now. Because while I've been away, apparently they took off commercials on this website. Yeah. So, well, that's rough. That's rough. So, like, I can't get a drink of water if I want to have like an hour show anymore. So that's a bit rough and a little bit of a bummer to hear. Obviously, as a viewer, you don't really want commercials, but I mean they're only 30 seconds, so it's not that big of a deal. It kind of takes you, 30 seconds to think about what we talked about in the first segment. But I guess we're just going to be doing straight shows from here on out, and I guess I'm okay with that. But like I said in part 1, if you decided to move on to part 2, you just have, a whole new look if you're Long Beach State. The whole roster for this upcoming season is a whole new look. You got, well, first of all, let's welcome in, thank you, let's welcome in David Samuels, one of the top post players in JUCO ball, junior college ball this past season. AJ Spencer, a 6'3" small forward as well. He's a very sharp shooter from beyond the arc from what I have heard. As a matter of fact, his field goal percentage was 59.8% this year, and he shot 48% from beyond the arc. So from the likes of those numbers, we got a pretty good player who's going to be nailing a lot of three-pointers for us, hopefully. We also locked down Christian Griggs Williams from Mesa College in Arizona, another junior college guy. Well, all these guys are juniors and will have 2 years of eligibility left. This season for Griggs Williams, he's a 6'8", 240 guy, so hopefully he can be somewhat of a monster in the paint. We haven't really had a good rebounder like that since TJ. Didn't really have one last year, should I say. He averaged 11.6 points there, shot 57% from the field, always good as a big man, and 70% from the free throw line. So that's always good to hear that you got a big man who likes to pound the ball down low, who's good at free throws, because chances are he's going to get fouled a lot. 70%, not great, but sounds like good numbers, and definitely an upgrade from Dan Jennings' free throw percentage. Other new guys, Desmond Ross, a 6'3" point guard out of Glendale, Arizona. He's going to be a freshman. He's one of the only 2 freshmen. He was named the Arizona Boys Basketball Division II Player of the Year. He was first team All-State in Arizona, and he shot 50% from the field while averaging 25.3 points per game, 3 steals to go along with that as well. So he sounds like he can shoot the ball pretty well. Watching highlights on this kid, does a great job of getting into the paint, has bounce, 6'3", so he's not a small point guard by any means, but good at handling the ball, has good handles, and seems that he has not really somewhat of an awkward shot, just kind of a different release angle, but goes in 50% of the time. I'm sure we'll all be satisfied. Finally, the big fish, I guess if you want to call it that, the only 3-star recruit we brought in this year, Travis Hammonds, a 6'5" shooting guard from South Carolina. He was a 2-time All-State honoree and All-Region player there. Finished his prep career after high school as the leading rebounder at 625 rebounds and ranked 4th all-time at Gray Military Academy. He became the 4th player to achieve the 1,000-point plateau, which was helped by his career record mark of 141 made three-pointers. He also set a single-season record for rebounds with 217. He was named the SPAA Player of the Year and earned MVP honors at the Best Western Scion Shootout Tournament. So this kid looks like and sounds like, based off videotape that I've watched, he's a good three-point shooter, He's got a big frame at 6'5", and, 3-star recruit. He's got to have, some potential in a lot of the scouts' eyes, which is very good. Always good picking up, 3 and 4-star recruits. Obviously, like we said in the opening, it's hard for a school like Long Beach State to get, high caliber recruits just because of the fact that they're in the Big West, and even despite the number 1 in the nation non-conference schedule year in and year out, I mean, it's just tough sometimes getting the bigger guys trying to come to Long Beach State just because the name's not as flashy as UCLA and USC. So it's hard getting local guys out here, but getting a 3-star recruit from all the way out in South Carolina certainly helpful. And let's hope that he has good potential for Long Beach State. Now that we know who the new guys are, obviously he's going to be a freshman as well. Now that we know who the new guys are, we're gonna have quite a roster, and we're gonna have it's gonna be fun. I think a lot of people at first weren't looking forward to the season because it might pan out ugly, but I'm really looking forward to it. Not just because it's been so long since Long Beach State last played, but I'm anxious to see how these new guys are gonna do. I've heard a lot of good things about Spencer, Hammonds, Samuels. Don't know too much about Ross and Griggs Williams, but they could always surprise us as well. Obviously, Tyler Lamb, getting him in December is going to be a huge pickup. And I don't want to guarantee anything, but I can almost guarantee that Tyler Lamb is going to pan out. He's going to pan out. I can almost guarantee that. I can almost guarantee that Tyler Lamb is going to be what we all hope he's going to be. He's not known to have off-the-court issues. And frankly, coming out of high school, wasn't rated as high as Keala King. But in my eyes, his skills were more superior. And I just feel like he's going to come in here fairly comfortable, as long as he's healthy. Obviously, he's coming off of knee surgery. But he's going to come in here healthy, hopefully. And he's going to come in here with the mindset knowing that, him and Caffey are the guys. Obviously, Caffey, we'd like to see him do a better job at facilitating and assisting the basketball. And obviously that's crucial if we want to, continue as a team by playing team basketball. But if Tyler Lamb can step up and be that guy who gets the buckets for this team, I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't make the NCAA tournament. No reason whatsoever. And maybe that sounds biased. Maybe I sound ridiculous, but if you can get me a starting lineup of Mike Caffey, Tyler Lamb, Dan Jennings, AJ Spencer, and, Griggs Williams or Samuels, I don't see why those 5 guys can't steer us to a 4th straight Big West Conference championship and a second appearance in the NCAA tournament out of the last 3 years. Am I saying Long Beach is going to be the favorite? No. So many new faces, it's hard to beat. But I think the coaching staff knows a little bit more than we do about this group and what they have to offer. Might we be getting some help with a big-time name? I don't know, but to be completely honest with you guys, I've been hearing a lot of the hoopla caught up in the whole Isaac Hamilton situation, how he backed out of going to UTEP, and he's trying to get released now to attend a local school. He's obviously from around here, and USC is pretty much out of the question unless they want to go back on probation, because it sounds like they've been tampering, and Isaac's AAU coach is now an assistant coach there, and there's a new NCAA rule that prohibits that. And then you also have UCLA, where I don't think he's going to get a lot of playing time, which leaves Long Beach as probably the best program in the area. I'm not trying to get anybody's hopes up. I'm not trying to get my own hopes up, but I know that Long Beach is going to make a run at Isaac Hamilton if he is released from UTEP. And I'm really not trying to get anybody's hopes up here. But oh my goodness, with the starting lineup, and this is what was proposed to me by somebody very, very close. I'm not Chief Stinky Finger, and I'm not gonna say that, one of my mom's neighbors is giving me this information. I'm getting this information straight from I'm getting some really, really good information, you guys. Let's just put it at that. And the proposed starting lineup, if somehow Isaac Hamilton came to Long Beach State, after he's released, of course, they can't talk to him while he's still locked up. Right now he's still at UTEP technically. But if you can get a starting lineup of Mike Caffey, Tyler Lamb, Isaac Hamilton, Samuels is the name I was given in that power forward slot, and Dan Jennings, that team is going to make the NCAA tournament. And you would say, well, the team that we had last year was pretty legit. Come on, we had an NBA player, we had Keala King, might be better than Isaac Hamilton. He's not proven at the college level yet. But, knowing who Isaac Hamilton is personally, and knowing who Tyler Lamb is, these guys aren't Keala King, Tony Freeland, and Dang Dang. These aren't those type of people. Maybe they have some of the skill sets that are similar, but they play basketball, team basketball, in completely different ways. Well, that's just me fantasizing about the ever so slim possibility of Isaac Hamilton coming to Long Beach State, which might not be so slim if you take USC out of the equation, because he does live like a mile and a half away from the campus. And the whole point of him staying local is so his ailing grandmother can come and watch his games. She has some sort of heart condition, from what I've heard. Enough with the fantasizing, though. But basically, like I said, whole new roster, whole new group of individuals, and I'm anxious. Let's get the season underway, right? I'm anxious to see what these junior college guys are going to bring to the table, and what kind of mindset Mike Caffey's going to have being the leader until Tyler Lamb comes in second semester. As far as off the court things, I know Tyler Lamb and Nick Shepard have been working a lot off the court. Dan Jennings is in extremely amazing shape. Seen him a couple times. Really slimmed down and really like all muscle now. So let's hope that helps his basketball skills as well, because I think a lot of us were expecting a little bit more than we got out of Dan Jennings last season. So obviously it's going to be a heck of a wait, but it's going to be fun when the season gets here. And speaking of the season, well, Munson gave us a nice little preseason schedule to look forward to, huh? Yeah. Well, Long Beach State opens up against Hawaii Pacific November 9th. I can't wait until that day, honestly. That is the day I long for. The season opener. It's ever so far away, but if it goes as quick as, the end of the season to now, I think we'll be okay. The Long Beach opens, once again, homecoming game, Division II school, Hawaii Pacific. And it doesn't get easy until the end of December. Long Beach goes then 2 days later, Monday the 11th, to Arizona. Come back home for a nice little home game against LMU, paying them back from last year. Long Beach beat LMU 73-70 last year. Then they travel that Sunday to Manhattan, Kansas to play the Kansas State Wildcats. Obviously, Long Beach would like some revenge for what Kansas State did to them in the Diamond Head Classic a couple years ago. And then Long Beach goes to San Juan, Puerto Rico for the Puerto Rico tip-off. They open against Michigan, who's fresh off a national championship loss. Still going to be a good team despite Trey Burke and Hardaway going to the NBA. And then they play the winner or loser, depends on how they do, of VCU Florida State. And they have another game Sunday. So they'll be facing the likes of 3 pretty good teams in that Puerto Rico tip-off. Then they have a 6-day break before they have to go to play up in Seattle at Washington. It wasn't very pretty last time Long Beach played at Washington, gave up over 100 points. But then they come home, and finally Creighton pays us back for that bracket buster game on Tuesday, December 3rd. Kind of an odd day to play Creighton, but 7 p.m. game. Would expect a packed house for that game. Doug McDermott's still there, going to be extremely tough to beat them. Then Long Beach goes all the way to the East Coast to play North Carolina State in Raleigh, North Carolina on Saturday, December 7th. Obviously, C.J. Leslie and a couple of their other guys are leaving the program as well, but nonetheless, North Carolina State's still going to be a solid program. And then Long Beach comes home and plays USC. Always good when one of those big-time schools, 2 of them at least in the non-conference schedule, are going to be coming to Long Beach State. Long Beach plays USC on Thursday, December 19th, 7 p.m. in the Walter Pyramid. And then Long Beach gets their last easy game of the year against Montana State Billings, the other D2 school. Every year it's 2 D2 schools. And, that's pretty much it. Then they go to Nevada on Saturday, December 28th. And then they go to Missouri Saturday, January 4th. And then the conference slate kicks off with UC Irvine January 9th and rounds out with UC Riverside March 8th. So it's going to be another tough non-conference schedule, and you never know what the conference schedule is going to bring. No more bracket buster this year, though, so unfortunately we don't really have that to look forward to. I was thinking Munson might schedule a game, like a non-conference game, maybe a game against the likes of Bakersfield or something like that during the conference slate like some of the other Big West teams do, but that wasn't the case this season. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this team pans out in the first half of the schedule, because really, you can't really go down the list and check off any Division I games and say, oh yeah, that's a guarantee win, because we haven't even seen this group of guys play together. So it should be interesting how that pans out as well. And, like I said, let's just hope that November 9th against Hawaii Pacific comes sooner rather than later, because I can't wait to see what this group of 49ers have in store. One more thing to touch on real quick. James Ennis, once again, congratulations to him, drafted by the Atlanta Hawks as the 50th overall pick, dealt that night to the Miami Heat, and from what I'm hearing, he has a good shot at making their roster after making a strong Summer League performance in the Orlando Summer League and the Vegas Summer League as well, and hopefully he makes the roster. That's going to be huge, helping out with the development of the program and recruiting-wise, seeing that Long Beach State has a player in the NBA, most notably for the back-to-back champion Miami Heat. So that's pretty cool for James. Really wish him the best of luck. Really developed out of really nothing here at Long Beach State over the last 2 seasons. And then, of course, Casper Ware. Let's hope that He's probably has a slimmer chance of making the Houston Rockets, but let's hope that somehow he can make that roster, at least ride it out as long as possible. So, a lot going on since the conclusion of the season with Long Beach State men's basketball, but can't wait for the start of the season, and it's probably when we're going to have another show. So, hope everyone takes care, hope everything's good, and thanks for listening here on Spreaker.com. My name is Chris Sylvester. LBSU Men's Basketball Summer Update Part 2. I'm out. Go 49ers.